All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. Do you remember the days of yesterday year, or do you remember hearing about them when the milkman used to drop milk off, or you used to be able to jump into your car and go drive to a farmer, and then you could buy milk literally from his cows? Or you could just go buy goat milk from someone. Or you knew someone who developed chickweed salve, herbs, and spices and stuff like that, and they were a tremendous help to you and your family when conventional medicine doesn't work. Well, they keep telling us that we're free in this country, but the FDA, man, that's a powerhouse, isn't it? I'm sure we all are familiar with the raids on individual homes, individual businesses that are selling all natural products, because see, our natural products are totally different than the products they call all natural. And just because you get a stamp that says FDA approved doesn't mean you safe. I mean, after all, look at all the food that you consume out there and it's FDA approved. Well, anyway, I got a crazy news article just sent to me right here, and I'm going to check this out, because again, the reason why I read this, because it shows you how your civil liberties have been intruded upon. It shows how that you think you're free up here, but when these laws come down on you and government has grown so big, you really truly find out you're not free at all. There's an Amish farmer that is in jail awaiting trial and faces federal prison. Now you got to ask yourself a question. I know Amish people. I live up here in this area where they're on both sides, within 30, 40 miles. And these are a very docile, these are a very dormant, these are a very, how do you put it? These are not a people that kicks or bucks or fights or resists. They have, man, they don't have none of that in them. All right, but watch this. But they do sell certain things on their land in order to bring in revenue to keep the chicken on the table for their families. Anyway, here it is. There's an Amish farmer by the name of Samuel Girard, all right, who is currently facing a 12-count federal indictment, including charges of conspiracy, distributing misbranded drugs, and threatening a witness. Now, first of all, if you say it's not a drug, it's not a drug. But in order for them to get you, they're going to classify what you're producing and selling as a drug. Now, it's not a drug if it's all natural. And I guarantee their products are all natural. But see, that ain't the way the system does. The system hates the competition. And they're trying to stamp out all resistance. And that's what people need to understand and listen to this. And just the other day, I was listening to the radio, and guess what they were doing? Promoting a drug. And then by the time they got finished promoting this drug, they said this drug may, if you experience these symptoms, heartache, depression, irritable bowel, bleeding out your ass, contact your health official, have a good day. And that's how they do it. I'm like, what the heck? So you take a drug to allegedly alleviate one thing, and then you have to take another one of their drugs for that one, because this drug caused this side effect, but you got to take this drug to combat the side effect that this drug caused. Now this drug has a list of possible side effects, including insanity. It's just off of the chain. Oh, man. Anyway, let's see what's going on. And he was also accused of threatening a witness. Back in 2016, because the FDA was investigating him for selling homemade natural salves made from herbs, as he had been for 15 years. Girard's products are made on the family farm, home to Girard, his wife, their 12 children, and their 25 grandchildren in Bath County. At the center of the ridiculous indictment is Girard's chickweed salve. Now, those of us who live in the country, in the spring and summertime, man, we go through a lot of chickweed salve. And we make our own here. Oh, family friend Sally O said, it said chickweed salve up top. Then on down said cures cancer. Up. And see, that is the problem. That's when the FDA comes in. See, when we sell our products, we don't claim any disclaimers of saying they can cure cancer, because even though there are natural products out there that will fight against cancer, the system don't want you to know that, because sick people is big businesses. Think about this for a second, okay? If they really, truly wanted you healthy, then why are we continually keep getting sicker and sicker and sicker as Americans? Because it's big money. You don't make money off a healthy people. You make money off of sick people. All right, let's go on. Which for some people it did, but he can't say that. So he changed it to say healing chickweed. But they said, no, you can't say that either. You can't say healing. So now it just says original chickweed. And therein lies the rub. The wording from the article. Look, quote unquote right here. Back in 2013, a federal judge in Missouri banned Gerard from distributing these products until he met certain conditions. Those conditions including allowing the FDA to inspect where Gerard made the goods. Now they're intruding on your property. See, this is their home. This is their property now. And the FDA wants access to come in with guns blazing and to intrude on his home life, trespassing. All right? According to the indictment, the FDA says their officers were prevented from conducting an inspection at the farm. Yeah, because you're criminally trespassing. That's their homeland. No trespass. You ever heard that? Hell yeah, you prevented. You are not allowed on this land. They also said Gerard continued to sell the products without letting his customers know that they were the subject of court order injunction. See, this is sad. This is sad. The FDA says Gerard also passed out pamphlets touting his product's effectiveness in treating various conditions. It is because of those claims that under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, the FDA says, now wait a minute, they don't care nothing about your laws. Your laws has no bearing on their property, on their land. If somebody comes and visit them and they allow them access to come into their home, they're not trespassing. And if somebody wants to, I wouldn't say buy, let's just say you give them an offering for what you're producing, that's none of your business. You see, the FDA, the beast that it is, it wants to stamp out even the little guys, kind of like Walmart. You always wonder why Walmart's off in the little towns. Well, they're in a little town so they can stamp out all competition, stamp out all residue, stamp out all resistance. Because not only are they the little town, they're the big towns. And when they go in, mom and pop shops can forget it. They have destroyed the lives of people because they have to charge a higher cost for products, goods, and services than a Walmart can get them for. Now the FDA is following the same example that Walmart has done, and they're going. That's pretty bad when you're after the Amish and you're after the Mennonites and you're after the country folks who pose no viable threat. And people obviously used to get healed from this stuff. You remember there was a guy by the name of Dr. Sabi. All of a sudden he ended up dead. I wonder why. Anyway, it's because of those claims that under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, the FDA says that the products are defined as a drug, even though multiple tests confirm the products do not contain drugs. You know why? Because they can say what they want to say, and these spiritually retarded people don't care what you say. So if you're going to manufacture a defined drug, your facility must be registered with the FDA. See, again, he's not manufacturing a drug, and nobody's trying to comply with FDA rules because they're not. It's not a drug. But you see the system, you keep pushing, you're selling drugs, you're selling drugs, you're selling drugs. But it's not drugs, it's natural, and they have no jurisdiction, but they're going to force it with their words. And these kangaroo court systems that are jacked up, they're going to do whatever they can to bring the hammer down on the Amish people. Look at this. But since they are not making drugs, and multiple tests confirmed that the FDA, they didn't register the farm. See, in other words, when you have, if you don't go out and get their licenses, like I've been telling you, you don't contract with them, no jurisdiction, no consent, because as soon as you go out there and start signing forms, then they have all the legal right, all the jurisdiction to come in, and you can see they're twisting, they're forcing this guy. They got him in a stranglehold and chokehold to comply with their perverted system. As soon as you go out there and sign it, now you have consented. You have waived all your rights. And what they're doing is they're trying to forcibly get this man to waive his rights and trying to make a product that is all natural by saying that it's drugs. Ah, jeez, man. And they didn't register the farm even though the FDA needs the farm to be registered. The FDA needs the farm to be registered. But guess what? It probably ain't in his best interest to have his farm registered since he's not producing drugs. But you see what they're doing? And so on and so forth. But this makes sense if you understand the FDA doesn't want anyone but Big Pharma making money off drugs that can cure diseases, especially not cancer. The allegations claim the product known as Tumorgone, which is said to be very good at removing tumors, used a bloodroot plant extract that has a corrosive effect on human skin. Gerard is currently jailed without bond. Wow. Without bond. Awaiting his trial that's scheduled for late February. I tell you what, if he's depending on these people in America called a jury of your peers who are dumb and stupid as hell and don't know laws, don't care about it, all they care about is their own little pathetic life, he might as well just go ahead and send him up. Because you don't have too many people that are informed. First of all, nobody wants to go to jury duty. And that's a sad thing. But you don't have too many people who are informed of what's really, truly going on. So when they tell you you get a chance to judge the law, no, you get a chance to judge whatever the judge tells you to judge. Now, see, somebody like me, if I ever go and sit on the jury trial, I'm listening with a total different mindset. And they know that I will persuade all of the jurors. If I hear something backwards, I not only would I persuade you, I would educate them. If we're back in the back room deliberating over anything. And see, in a jury trial, you're supposed to be able to judge the law. And you know how many laws that we have in this land that is unlawful? See, most of you, if you don't know what natural law is, a lot of us, we might as well just get ready to join the prison industrial complex and just go out there and work for 69 cents a day and let all those people who own prisons on the stock market continue to keep plushing and lining up their pockets, modern day slavery. Anyway, the U.S. Attorney's Office said that the primary and solely concern is protecting potential customers. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Have you heard? Anyway. In cases like this, our interests are ensuring that drugs that are made available to the public are safe for consumption and ensuring the integrity of the judicial process. You're a bunch of damn liars. That's my personal opinion. See, I know the dog and pony show. I know the theater, the pomp, and the circus that goes along with this. I just really wish that meaning you really truly cared about your life and that you would just educate yourself and not believe everything that comes over. Now, I used to say the TV. Now the damn internet is more dangerous than the TV.